The Union has died, long live the people. So I have to be very careful with how I approach this video. I don't want an angry mob coming at me for taking what I'm saying out of context, but please hear me out. I'm saying the Players Union has failed. That doesn't mean that nothing was achieved. It's actually been very impressive to watch. The reason I'm making this video is actually spite. Even though I never agreed with many of the ideas from that union, I never openly opposed them. I just criticized and argued with people in private chats. Now, one day, the admins of their Discord invited me to a Discord call. I thought they want to talk about something. I didn't know what it was, but I actually did meet up with them. To my surprise though, they never spoke to me. They went silent while one of the content creators that backs their cause screamed and verbally abused me. I don't want to tell an incomplete story, so for the record, the person calmed down pretty quickly and we had an actual discussion. But it kind of shows the stuff that is going on behind the scenes. Just a quick recap for the people who are not really involved. Last week, Gaijin decided to, again, adjust the rewards people get for playing. In more simple terms, this meant generally lowering earnings and keeping costs high for the average player. They have done this a lot of times over the past years, so nothing new here. What was different this time is that people began revolting. It started as a few memes in the War Thunder subreddit and quickly devolved into what can be called an entire franchise of protesters. Complete with their own subreddit, Discord server, Soviet-style propaganda posters, their own logo and even a song that someone wrote. Do I think a protest was necessary? Absolutely yes, and the way the community came together to downvote the game was absolutely miraculous to watch. Do I think the entire union was just a way for a few select individuals with main character syndrome to get some clout? Also yes. People joined this idea of a union with good hopes. Hell, even I joined because I thought they're fighting for the right and important things. But we have all been exploited and most completely lost track of their original point. All what people wanted was a fix to economic issues, because at our core we want to play the game and we want to be able to play without having to constantly struggle to get by. At the current rate, War Thunder was evolving into a pay-to-play game just without a price tag on it. From the beginning on, the Player Union Discord was heavily flawed. Faceless people as admins who no one can hold accountable for their actions. Some openly outright racist moderators, absolutely no moderation whatsoever, and a few select CCs using it to put themselves in the spotlight, hosting hour-long podcasts in the server, pretending to be working on a glorious open letter that they wanted to present to Gaijin. And indeed, that open letter with their proposed changes to the game exists. But let me tell you, it missed the point entirely. What has started as a fix the economy is now a fix all these more or less specific things in War Thunder, and maybe if you got a little time, try to look at the economy. 11,000 people in this Discord have been used by a few to propose changes to the game that no majority ever agreed on. Just to remind you, the original agreed consensus was fix the economy. Now, another reason why I think the open letter is a pretty bad one is also that Gaijin is aware of all the points made in it. They have been aware for a very long time. All more or less sensible proposals from that letter have been given to them as feedback in the content creator Discord for years. Gaijin knows what people don't like about their game, because they carefully engineered it that way to be inconvenient, just to quote what Asmongold said in his reaction video. In the end, there will be no one to deliver that letter, because that Discord and the stuff happening behind the scenes is slowly burning out even the few content creators that back their cause. Without them, all the admins of the Player Union can do is send an email to one of the contact emails Gaijin lists on the website, which will most likely straight up go into the bin. All this negativity might leave you with the question, did our protests do nothing? And the answer to that is a resounding no. The people, not the few numbnuts that run the Discord server, can achieve something. And they did. Sure, we don't know the roadmap yet that Gaijin promised to give us on the 14th of June, and the negative reviews from the review bombing are suppressed on Steam and will probably be deleted soon. But we got a reaction out of them. And while we wait for the actual improvements, Gaijin has at least been trying to show some goodwill. They increased communication and transparency with their community, for example explaining why the J8 doesn't get radar guided missiles in the dev blog post they made. They also increased communications with content creators, actively collecting feedback from them and answering questions in a timely manner. Actions speak louder than words, I agree. But Gaijin seems to be trying to act in good faith, which shows we should wait at least until their roadmap before we continue protesting. Also, while play numbers might have dropped slightly over the past week, nobody seems to be taking the boycott that the Union planned to be starting today any serious. At the end of the day, I can only advise the community to come together and achieve great things, but stay away from self-proclaimed leaders of some Union-type franchise. Talk to your friends, talk to the people in the communities you are involved in, talk to the people in the War Thunder subreddit. You don't need a Union to organize your protests and to achieve something great. Peace, guys.